Hey guys, I'm Hunter and this is my canvas the way I want it. And today we're going to be doing a landscape again, but instead of using a canvas, we're going to use a shirt because your canvas is anything you want. It could be wood, it could be cardboard, it could be your surfboard, your skateboard, your clothing, anything. So we're going to get at this and we're going to do some cool techniques that are new because we're blending on clothing, and we'll have some fun. So let's get to it. Alright, so we got our usual here today. We got our 2.5 inch, 2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 1.5 fan brushes, and our quarter liners. So we're going to start with the black with the 2.5. And because we're working on a shirt, we're not going to be as aggressive as a canvas because just the way it goes through. We got it taped off here so we can stay inside the borders and the parameters and keep a nice finished look to it. And this is also not like the other canvases because the fabric is the paint stays wet longer, so you don't have to worry about trying to get that white right to it to have that wet on wet technique because it stays wet so much longer. And yeah, we're just gonna keep on adding our black in. So, you know, we got about the sky there. I think that's what we're gonna want, or how big the sky is gonna be. So we're gonna pull our 2 inch. We're gonna pull into some of this white. Just same old liquid white we always use. Acrylic. We're just gonna make some X's. Crisscross, and see how it naturally blends with the shirt. It's just beautiful. And now we have our sky, and we're just gonna lightly blend it. And we're gonna follow our patterns as we always do, but we're gonna lightly blend that sky. There we have it. There's our sky on our shirt. I'm gonna put our number 2 down and go back to our 2.5. 2.5, we're gonna start adding where our water or land will be. We'll make that decision when it comes to it. People probably wouldn't think about trying this at home, but you know, you can make your own custom paintings, you can make your own custom clothing. So I think you should just give it a shot. Give it a shot. Why not? You know, just filling in that orange. Initially, when the producer came to me with this idea, I thought it was great, but I didn't know how it would transpire onto the canvas. And now, after us doing the mock-ups that we've done, it just makes this time a lot more fun because you know how the paint is going to work on it, you know how it's going to blend, and because you're not working on canvas material, you're working on like a cotton fabric, you don't really have to worry about, like you can see I'm going up and down. Usually we go side and side and side when we use canvas because of the way the brush strokes will show on the canvas, but on the t-shirt it just, for some reason, we get lucky. So let's add what possibly could be water, or later on down the road it could be some land, but we're going to start with it like it's water, and always from the outside and naturally fade it up. I'm just going to go right across like. So we've already decided, well, I've already decided in my head, I'm going to do it before I forget about it. I'm going to take this white and the fan brush. See, sometimes when you blend you get nice water, or you get the pure idea that, you know, okay, I see this here. And I'm going to have some rapids and then shorelines. A little bit more white because that cotton eats it right up. Oh look, another drop. And we'll add detail to this water and these drops afterwards. And it's going to get wider as it goes down, as the water tends to pool up. You know, just kind of follow it as you would follow the design of nature. And you see I used a little bit too much white there. It's brighter, but it's also getting brighter because it's closer. I'm gonna curve our stuff out so we look like we got plants going over the riverbank. I'm just gonna keep on following this pattern. I'm gonna leave a little bit of spaces in between to add the effect that we want. And we're almost at the highlights. And usually, if we're using a lot of color, we like to let it dry before we hit it with the highlights. But with the black on black, if we let it dry, it's gone. We're not gonna see it again. So at this point, we have to blend them, which is gonna give us a little bit of a gray, but that's okay. Exchange the 2 for the number 1 and take our number 1 into some white, and we are going to highlight. Just tap, make sure you're following your pattern. And this is why we do it earlier, because already, as you can see, the black is already drying and it's getting harder to see. So we're just gonna keep the flow going, keep the movement going. And these are a little bit different again from the canvas material. These are gonna take longer to dry because you're painting on cotton. But you have pretty kick-ass shirt after. And if you tape it off like we did here, instead of how we did it with the mock-up, you'll have something that, if you can get the skill to do it or just the will to do it, you might have a little business there. Not everything's about money, but by golly, you might find something that you might be very good at. So there we have it. One side we have a little hill, a ridge, and then we're gonna do it from flat on the top, almost like some bush. Boom. Pow. Alright, now the next side. Alright, so we don't really see what's going on in the other side, and that's where the eye comes in. So let's just hope and pray. We know that we're gonna have to have some flat surface up here. That's what we know. This is the bank starting. You know what? We're gonna, with the corner of the brush, pull it back. Some branches there just so the river doesn't look like it's floating. And just stab that top part in. See how we just added that one little line? Now we're giving that depth right back, like it's coming around the curve and it's gonna fall. So let's go at it. And this side is going to be lighter than that side because our moon is going to be up there. So remember, I always say, where does your light go is where the light paint flows. So you notice on this side we used our 2-inch for the black and we used our 1-inch for the white. So on this side we used our 1-inch for the white and we're going to use our 1/2 inch for the black. And that's just so it gives the illusion of sticks peering through where the moon is shining. But of course on the side where the moon's not shining, it's going to be more gloomy, it's going to be a little bit more dark, So let's grab this black with our 1/2 inch. Very lightly, like barely even touching it. A little bit at a time, because you can always add more, but it gets harder to subtract it, because then you just become a mud mixer. Especially with this, the cotton, it soaks it right up. And it's not really like a canvas, like you paint back over it and it's gonna be fixed. It's, in layman's terms, it's fucked. We're gonna take this fan brush, gonna go into the black, and I think if you guys have watched before and you've seen our other black and white paintings, you gotta know, we want a dead tree. We're going to go back to our other number 1, grab our white, we're going to add highlights. We never just do one on our dark paintings. We always have the symbolism of, so our moon's going there, of 2. And then they always almost cross over as a bridge. Like a bridge between lives. And highlights. Put a couple plants in our moon, and then we're gonna flip it over and we'll have a bit of finished paint, well, not painting, but finished custom piece. And there's our 1 tree into our 1/4 into the white. And we're just gonna Turn your brush so it doesn't blend. Keep on adding more white. Almost there, ladies and gents. We're gonna add more here. Don't add too much, because the reason why we added the black and whitish to make the gray and then add the white back on is to make it stand out more and not blend with the rest of the white on the canvas. And that's why we're just doing small little dots. Grab some paper towel here. Crumble, 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 crumble. Alright, let's get this white in. Go into a little bit of black. We'll do smaller white hits this time. Sometimes we like to add little blues, but we're not working with blues on this one, so I think you're pulling it right out. You gotta build the craters in there, and that's why he did the white, and then the black into the gray, and then the thick black, and then over the thick black you put the white and pull it real quick, and you make those craters. Now, what we're gonna do is we have this, and we're gonna finish it. Get these arms off, right in this chest piece here. We'll go back and do the same thing that we just did with our moon. Go into that black. Go into the white. All the white. All these underneath craters, and we're making a gray. Go into this black. And add our craters. Go around, go into the white. We're gonna let this dry, and then we're gonna peel the tape. And we're gonna spin it around for you and show what it looks like. We'll be right back. Peace. We did obviously a landscape on a t-shirt, and we've taken our moon and we've put it as a front patch almost. Very simple, very easy, something anybody can do at home. Be a fun date night, it could be a fun family night, it could just be a fun thing to do by yourself. I love it, I think it's dope. Till next time, I'm Hunter, and this is my canvas the way I want it. Keep your soul clean, keep your mind clean, keep your brushes clean. Peace.